even though I wanted to be. I wanted to be upset. But I can't be. All I could really truly find is some sense of gratitude that he gets to have all of that. That his father can provide that for him. You know, he gets to look out his window into his backyard overlooking the pool, and I'm happy for him. He gets to have friends over because, you know, not that I didn't allow him to have friends over, but I'm like, well, who they mama? Do they got roaches? Like, you know what I mean? How they living? I don't care if you live in the suburbs. You can live in the suburbs and still have roaches in your house. Okay, I grew up in the suburbs, and our house was full of roaches. Like, come on now. It doesn't matter where you live at. You ain't got to live in the hood to have bugs. They can have lice. They can have, you know, bed bugs. They can, you know, because you don't know who's in their house. You know what I'm saying? So that's no shade. You know, no tea, no shade to anybody who got roaches. But I was just cautious because I grew up with them. I didn't want to have to deal with that, and I didn't want my kids to have to deal with that. It's like, you want to spend the night where? Let me see what their house looks like. Oh, okay, all right. You know, their parents around, but let me meet the parents. Get them my number. Let them talk to me. Oh, they ain't call me, so no, you can't go. His father's the total opposite. He just tells his dad, I'm gonna go and hang out with so and so. And his father, like, okay, be safe. Me, I was like, what do you mean you going? You don't think you need to ask me? What if I had plans for us? Knowing I ain't got no plans. But what if I had plans for us? How many of y'all parent like that? Like, but I might have had something to do. I got plans, but you need to ask me. Knowing damn well you ain't going nowhere but on that couch or in your room or the bed because you're the single parent and you're working dumb hard. Okay? Listen, and being a single parent, running a business, going to work full time, and being a mom full time was what? But I did it. I'm so proud of myself. Like, the other part of the noise isn't necessarily negative things. It's like, damn, I did that. Everything might not have worked the way that I wanted it to, but damn it, I did that. I did that. And people say how great of a young man he is. I did that. Me. I did that. Yeah, I know. He's a good kid. I know. I know. I didn't have to be a toxic mom with him to get to do that. To instill those qualities in him. Now my oldest son, shit. Different versions of me. Different version of me. My middle son's still a different version of me. So they all got different versions of me. But the youngest one, I was older when I had him. I was 32 when he was born. So it was like my maternal instinct finally kicked in. Not that it didn't with my second son or with my first one, but my first one, I just wasn't very maternal. I didn't, you know, don't drag me for saying this out loud. But I wasn't the one who really wanted to have children. I wanted to go to law school. I wanted to become a partner of a law firm. By the time I was 36, I had a plan. And I knew that in order to make that plan come to life, I had to lock in, and having children just wasn't a part of that plan at that age. I figured I'd have kids at the age of 40. You know, I'm 48 right now. I should have an 8-year-old, not a 28-year-old. You know what I mean? I love my boys, but that was my plan. That was my plan. God had another plan, you know. But because I wasn't very maternal, and I wasn't, it just didn't kick in right away. It didn't kick in until maybe like, gosh, he was a toddler by the time my maternal instinct really kicked in with him. And then too, my marriage to his father was very volatile. So I didn't get a chance to really bond with him either because I was constantly in survival mode, literally, because it was abusive and narcissistic and just it was ugly. I mean, there were nights in that marriage I slept on the bathroom floor because he would lock me out of my bedroom with our son in there with him. So it was so many nights as a baby, you know. That's for a whole other discussion. But tonight, you know, just in talking about otherhood or, you know, motherhood and being nester, you know, and how the youngest, and each child had a different version of me. But by the time I had my second one, you know, I was 26, 27 years old and a little bit older, and you know, that little guy was a miracle because I was losing him, and I remember telling God, like, if you just save my baby, I'll be the best mom to him I could possibly be. And I do the best I can every single day, you know. I'm so proud of him. He's in graduate school now. You know, my oldest one is a single dad. He's raising my grandson who just turned 5. So I'm proud of all of them, you know, but they all got different versions of me. So by the time I had my youngest one, I was like, oh, my baby, my baby, my baby. My maternal instinct was just like, bam, you know. And now at 48, it's like, if I ever had another one, okay, I'm not out here trying, but I'm just saying, if I were, you know, in a relationship where I'm married and he was like, do you want to have more children? You know, I know that I could do it now, and just, it would be, all my kids would be mad. They would be so mad, like, because I'm such a different woman now at 48 years old, that the new baby would get every version of me that they never even knew existed, because my maternal instinct, like, I'm just so ready for mom, you know, with my husband. You know, I won't say I'm so ready for mom with my husband. I'm just saying that if I were married and all that jazz, you know, I wouldn't mind giving my husband a baby. You know, starting over at 48 is bananas, but it happens sometimes. Okay, I'm just saying. Anyway, let me move on from that. But yeah, so now being without my youngest one and having to figure life out apart from motherhood, like full-time motherhood, is just different. And it's weird and it's uncomfortable, and I have my moments where I'm crying and I call him and he's like, you'll be okay. He said that to me last weekend. I called him, was like, I miss you so much, and he just looked at me in the camera and was like, you're right, you're gonna be okay, Mom. And I was like, oh, you don't feel sorry for me? You know, because moms, we want that sympathy from our sons. You know, we want that sympathy from our kids. Like, I'm sorry, Mom, you're gonna be okay. I promise it's gonna work out. And now he's on the other end, like, okay, you miss me. Nothing I can do about it, Mama. I'm not coming back. You got to figure it out. You be all right. I had to wipe my face. I started laughing while I was wiping my tears. It was like, I understand. You ain't got to say nothing. I'll be all right. I'll be all right. He was like, I know. It's crazy when your kids throw your personality back at you. Throw your sarcasm back at you. I really wanted to be like, oh, you know what? But I just had to laugh. Like, that young boy does not feel sorry for me at all. He is in his whole glory. He got all his siblings. He has siblings with his father, and he has, you know, my 2 older sons, they live in Jersey too. So he got all his siblings in one state. That boy ain't thinking about me. He is not thinking about me. He is not missing Ohio. Listen, I wouldn't miss Ohio either if I had a chance to leave here. But I completely understand. It's just different. And I'm processing it in a totally different way. Maybe we'll talk about the other side of otherhood and empty nesting next week, or the next episode, whenever that is. I thank you guys for tuning in and listening. And stay tuned. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload an episode. Till next time, you guys.